Yeah, it's the daily go get ism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here, we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We're talking about falling in love first tonight. How to keep from falling in love with someone first. you know, I thought about doing this show. I said, I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna do this show. Because first of all, is let's get real about relationships Thursday. Second of all, this is actually a situation that a lot of people find themselves in the midst of, whether they are young or they're old. There is nothing worse than the pain of heartbreak. There's nothing worse than getting your heart broken, than being let down, than feeling like you made a really bad mistake, even the worst mistake while trying to do the right things. There's nothing worse than feeling like you're too nice, or that you're always too quick to do this or do that, to do this or do that or whatever. And it's just a horrible feeling to blame yourself for just trying to find love. You know what I mean? So let me put a little disclaimer out there before we get started. Let me put a little disclaimer out there because this is important. You're going to hear some techniques on this show tonight that sound totally ridiculous. They're going to sound totally unthought out. They're going to sound totally childish and immature. They're going to sound unnatural. Like, how can you just stop yourself from doing this, that, and the third? Or why would you do this, that, and the third? Yeah, you're going to hear that tonight. You know why? Because we already been doing it. Some of y'all been doing it outright in front of everybody, and some of y'all have been doing it in secrecy. But there's nothing worse than the feeling of having your heart broken, and the feeling of isolation that you have when you have had your heart broken, and you think that nobody understands, and you're just blaming yourself for every move that you made. I know I shouldn't have told her that I love her. I know I shouldn't have told her that I care. Nobody treats you right when they know that you're always going to be the one that's there. I know I shouldn't have bought that ring. I know I shouldn't have brought that chain, or that bracelet, or that charm, or that jacket, or that. I shouldn't have bought her that bag. I shouldn't have bought her no car. I shouldn't have bought her no house. Shouldn't have treated her like a star. I shouldn't have fell in love. I tried not to. I said I'd never do that shit again. And I fell in love with somebody that was so down with me. They felt like they was my best friend. And yo, it felt so good in the beginning. I thought I was winning, but I felt I had lost. And I felt like that I would stay on top of the world, something like a boss. How to keep from falling in love with someone first. Okay, let's get into it. Here's how you stop from falling in love with someone first. You're going to have to ignore all of the feelings that are starting to build up inside of you that tells you or compels you to go forward. You're going to basically have to deny yourself. The better it feels, the less you're going to have to trust yourself. I said now remember, I said to y'all that some of these techniques are going to sound totally ridiculous. Now, if y'all want my help, y'all ain't gotta listen to the show. Y'all ain't gotta look at the show. But I'm just trying to tell you, you're going to have to stop trusting yourself. You know how you trust yourself. You know how when other people try to tell you what you know, and you be like, I know what I know. Don't try to tell me what I know. Well, this time you're going to have to be like they are, since they don't think you know what you're talking about. In order to keep from falling in love first, you're going to have to act like you don't know what you're talking about. You're going to have to be that doubter. You're going to have to be that hater towards yourself to tell you what to do and what not to do, as if you don't have the ability to think for yourself. I mean, so if you want to keep from falling in love with somebody first, and you know the reason that you want to keep from falling in love with them first in the first place, the reason that you don't want to fall in love with somebody first is because it's going to end up badly for you. It is. It's going to end up badly for you. When you fall in love with somebody first, then you wind up giving yourself to them. giving your all, trying your hardest, doing your best. You gave your all, but I guess your all wasn't good enough. Cause here you are right where you were before. Feeling dumb. Feeling dumb. That's what having a broken heart is. It's feeling dumb. Like, you know how it goes. It will have you questioning every move you made in your life. Shit that don't even have nothing to do with the relationship. Yeah, you know what? I shouldn't have went to that high school. I should have went to the other high school. Because if I would have went to the other high school, then I wouldn't have wound up at the college that I went to, and then I wouldn't have met that person that I met, and then I wouldn't have took the same classes with them. I wouldn't have saw them in the student activity center. I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have noticed them over a crowded room. I wouldn't have sat next to them. I wouldn't have let them sit next to me. I wouldn't have talked to them. I would have fleed them off. That's when I start lying, all y'all gotta do is be like, yo, come on, oh, you sound dumb. Because a lot of this shit is gonna sound dumb. And when you have a broken heart, you be feeling dumb. You be feeling like every move that you made was dumb. Shit that don't even have nothing to do with the relationship, love, or anything. I shouldn't have bought the red car. I should have bought the blue one. What do you mean you should have bought the red car? You shouldn't have you shouldn't have bought the red car. What does that buying a red car have to do with it? Well, because such and such like the red car. Oh, so she only was messing with you because of your car? No, she didn't see my car when she first met me. I didn't even have the car. So what that got? Yeah, but after we started hooking up and getting together, I bought the car and it was red and she liked the color red. Did she take the car? Did she break the car? Did she have the car impounded? Totaled? What? I'm just saying. Because when your heart is broken, you start questioning everything you did that somebody liked or didn't like. Looking for a way to not have made the moves or the decisions that you made. That's what having a broken heart is about. So okay, so like I said, in order to keep from falling in love first, you're going to have to stop doing everything that you think is a good thing to do. So when you want to call them, how it is. You be thinking like, I don't want to be calling somebody so much. I don't want to be texting them so much, or whatever. But you convince yourself that that's a good thing to do because it's communication. But no, don't do it. If you want to keep from falling in love with somebody, you're going to have to take many risks. You're going to have to take many risks of losing them fast. Because if you don't take the risk of losing them fast or before anything gets started, then you're going to convince yourself that you should do the things that will bring y'all together. Because if you're doing the things that will bring y'all together, then you're already starting to fall for that person. Is that what you want to do? Is that what you want to do? Isn't that what you did the first time? Ain't it? You want to find yourself in the same position that you was before? Do you? All right. So all them calls and texts, dead it. No calls, no text. Maybe call them or text them once a week. Late, like when you know they won't answer. Just to say that you called. Oh, so what you saying now? Yeah, but that's like playing mind games. Ain't nobody trying to go for that. Exactly. But guess what? What if they do go for it? What if they go for it? So they're falling for you. See, the object here is not to fall in love first. Maybe the object is not to fall in love at all. Maybe there's a way out there. Maybe there's a secret way out there that you could not fall in love with somebody, but still have a decent relationship with them. So, you're protecting your heart. We want to protect our hearts, don't we? We want to protect our hearts. That is job number one. We must protect our hearts on this Let's Get Real About Relationships Thursday. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. All right. All right. So all that calling and texting, limit that. Limit that to only a little bit or not at all. So when they call or text you, you ain't got to be calling and texting back. Don't answer. Answer once every 3 or 4 calls, but not like you know how it is when you really starting to dig somebody, you trying to establish something with somebody. So you either call them all the time, or when they call you, you know, you feel that lump in your throat, or you know you know how your heart drops down into your stomach, and that's how you know that you're already all in. You know, that anxiety, like you. All right, you know how like on your cell phone, when somebody is calling you, you don't know how many times the phone has rung on their end, because we don't have the regular phone rings like we did with home phones, conventional phones. So you know if the phone rung once, twice, 3 times or whatever. So with a song playing or a melody playing on your cell phone, you don't know if the phone has rung once, twice, 3 times or whatever. All I know is this: you want to fight off that feeling of anxiety to hurry up and pick up the phone when they call. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go to voicemail. See if they leave one. See if they text you behind the phone call. Look, I'm just trying to help y'all. I know it sounds childish, immature, stupid. I'm just trying to help you to keep from falling in love first. Okay. So that's the phone thing. Now, your personal interaction with somebody. What you want to do, this next one that I'm going to tell y'all is something that y'all been doing anyway. But I'm going to tell you how to turn it up a little bit more, how to tighten up the screws on it. When y'all are together, try to talk to them about yourself as less as possible. You can talk, it doesn't mean don't be conversational, but keep the subject off of you. Now, some of you been doing that anyway, you know, because you know you have insecurities about certain things that you have done, and maybe the way you look, and you know, so you're already you know fear of judgment by somebody that you're really starting to like anyway. So what you want to do is you want to do what you've been doing, you want to take it to the next level. So you're already not telling them you know how willing you are to be freaky, to be loving, to be subservient, to be submissive. You already trying to keep from showing them that. Do it even more. So whenever the conversation starts to shift to something about you, you know, whether it's your past relationships, how you grew up, even the things that you like to do and all of that. Don't talk to them about that shit. Nope. Keep the ball in their court. Keep the ball in their court. You know, like you playing hockey, or like you playing soccer, or like you playing foosball. The longer you keep it on their side of the court, the more likely you are to score a goal. So you want to keep it all on their side. So as soon as they try to come on your side and ask you, well, what do you think about such and such and such? Mm-mm. 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 Now you got to do it in a way that you will still be conversational. You don't want to appear to be like a wet napkin, or you know what I mean, or a dry rag. You don't want to do that. Well, what you don't want to do is give them the window into your soul. You want to stop all of that, because a person starts to know you, then you're going to be forced to trust them. Trust them with your feelings. Trust them with the things that you said. Trust them with the things that you've done. And part of falling in love with someone first is opening up to them to the point where you're trusting them. Trust means falling in love. I mean, who falls in love with somebody that they don't even trust? That's not what fall in love. I mean, you're already in a vulnerable state. You know what I mean? So this is how I'm just telling y'all. Like I said, a lot of these techniques are going to sound totally ridiculous, childish, immature, unnatural, and all of that. But this is what we need to do. I mean, you want to keep from falling in love first again, don't you? I mean, some of y'all might want to keep from falling in love first, and some of y'all might want to keep from falling in love at all because you've been hurt, because you've been dissed, because you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok, fooled. So you can't open up to somebody that you're trying not to fall in love with. Once you start opening up, they become like a therapist to you. You understand what I mean? They become like a therapist. You know, you have to trust your therapist. Anybody who has ever gone to a counselor or therapy and has had success in therapy, you know what you've had to do in order to be successful in therapy? You've had to talk about yourself. You've had to open up. You've had to go back in your past and talk about things that have happened to you and the way that you felt about them and the way that you handled them and how you think they affect you today. And you had to trust your therapist not to judge you or to share your information. And by law, then they're unable to do that. That's why we trust our therapists. That's why we trust our lawyers. But you know what happens when we give when we give the people in our personal lives the same level of trust and confidence that we do our therapists and our lawyers. You know what happens in those situations? We get betrayed, we get hurt, we get double crossed, we we get we get faked on, we get dissed. True or false? True or false? So that's what we doing. That's what we doing. These are some ways that we can keep ourselves from falling in love first. You know, you don't want to go first. I know it sounds immature, like, what kind of childish mess is this? I remember the first time that I heard the song by Mary J. Blige, 'cause she used to make the best I'm hurt. How could you do this to me songs I ever heard in my life. All I want to do is be with you. All I want to do is be with you. Why would you do this to me when all I want to do is be with you? All I want to do is love you. All I want to do is be there for you. That's what Mary used to. Those are the songs Mary used to make. And that's why everybody used to be able to feel her like, yo, man, I know exactly how that feel, man. I know exactly how that feel. That shit, whether you was right or you were wrong. Mary seemed to have her finger on the pulse of exactly how you were feeling. Well, well, what we trying to do is keep you from going down that road, feeling like that again. You don't need no KC in your life. Don't be the KC to that Mary J. Blige. You don't want to be that KC. You see how long it took Mary J. Blige to get over KC. She might not be over him yet. You know what I mean? Do you want that to be you? Do you? No, no. Oh, I don't want to feel like that again. But I remember the first time I heard I've been there and I done that, but I promise never to be hurt again. Be hurt again. I remember the first time I heard that song, I was like, Mary done lost her damn mind. She done lost her damn mind. I've been there and I've done that, but I promise never to be hurt again. Be hurt again. And you know, people was feeling that like, they're married and done it again. That's it. I'm never gonna get hurt again. Fuck these niggas. Fuck these bitches. Fuck family. Fuck everybody. Fuck friends. I'm not. I'm not putting myself out there like that again. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Well, okay. That's exactly what this show is about. We not doing that. So anytime that you feel like you're letting go, look, we need you to keep the cuff on tight. Because soon as you start loosening the cuff, soon as you start loosening the grip, that's when you're going to be like, well, I've been there and I've done that. And I promise never to be hurt again. Be hurt again. Come on, y'all, sing it with me. Come on. I've been there and I've done that. And I promise never to be hurt again. Be hurt again. Okay. So yeah, in conversation, and whether on the phone or in person, keep the conversation away from you. Don't worry about how I am. Don't worry about what I do. Oh, are you singing it with me, TK? All right, let's go. Well, I've been there and I've done that, and I promise never to be hurt again. Be hurt again. I said, I've been there and I've done that, and I promise never to be hurt again. Be hurt again. No, we're gonna learn how not to get hurt again, not to fall in love first, not to fall in love again. We're going to accomplish that on this show. It may not have ever been done on any other show, but see, other people don't understand. Other people don't understand. They don't understand like the Daily Go Getimism show and Urban Therapy with Sun show understand. They don't understand. You know what I mean? I do, and that's whether I've been there or not. I know how it is. I know how it is to feel stupid. I know how it is to question every move I've ever made. I know how it is to question my birth, my parents, siblings, friends, teachers, lawyers, coaches, mentors, tutors. I know God. I know what it's like to question God. We all know what it's like to question God. God, why? I know that you just tested me. But why? Why am I being tested this way, Lord? Why? Why did you bring her into my life? Why did you bring him into my life? Why did you make her my wife? Why did you make me be a wife? I said, why me? Why me? So what we trying to do is we trying to take away some of them cloudy days and find a way to be in that power position to whereas we are calling the shot. We are the ones dictating how it's going to go. We are controlling our feelings. We are controlling our destiny. We are avoiding being heartbroken. We are avoiding being hurt. We are avoiding all pain. We can do it. We can avoid all pain. What's the use in working out, getting strong or whatever, if you're just going to be injured and hurt all the time and weak? I don't want us to be weak. I want us to be strong. We're going to get strong on this show right here tonight. We're going to get strong. Okay, so stop letting them make you tell them all about yourself. And when they start bitching, because they're going to start bitching like, Dad, you don't open up to me. You you don't fuck with me like that, or what, you don't trust me? Like, you don't never tell me nothing about yourself. It's like I don't know nothing. That's when you gotta be like, well, I mean, what you want to know? Like, I don't like, where'd you grow up? Oh, I grew up. You can tell them where you grew up at. I grew up around here, blah blah. But you know, they asking you those questions so they can, so if they live in the same city or town as you, so they can see if they know anybody around there, they can start asking about you and all that kind of stuff. Now this is what you want. So this is how you're going to have to play that. Instead of telling them exactly where you grew up, tell them where your grand, act like you grew up around your grandmom house. So you know, check it out, check it out. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm telling you, this is gonna work. Everybody spent a lot of time around either their aunt house or their grandmom house when they was growing up. Tell me I'm wrong. So if you live in Philly, for example, let's say you grew up in Germantown, but your grandmom or your aunt or your cousin and them grew up down North Philly and used to go down North Philly all the time. Well, tell them you grew up in North Philly. So while they checking for everybody in in North Philly where you didn't grow up at, where you really grew up, what at was Germantown. So they not, so now you get to control the information that they have. We just trying to keep from falling in love first and making sure that we check everybody, check everybody at the door from making us horribly fall in love with them again. So no, if you grew up in New York, you grew up in Brooklyn, but your aunt, let me say it in New York, but your aunt grew up in your aunt and your cousins, they lived in Queens, and tell them you grew up in Queens. What part of Queens? Oh, I grew up on Linden. Oh yeah, yeah. What in Linden? Guy Brewer in Linden. Yep. Grew up on Guy Brewer in Linden. Sure did. Southside. Meanwhile, you grew up in Brooklyn. You got to control the situation because falling in love first with somebody is all about losing control of the situation. You got to grab a hold of the situation. So yeah. So, you ain't got to tell them where you grew up. You ain't got to tell them where you really grew up at. I mean, you spent so much time over your aunt, your aunt or your grandmother house. So, you know people around there. So you can still fake that funk. You know where all the stores was. You knew how the people was around there and everything. People know you, but they ain't gonna be able to. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean. So yeah, and that way you still remain conversational. It's a good look. Everything gonna be. You still protecting your feelings and making sure that they conduct themselves properly. You got to maintain control. Now, the time is going to come when the two of you are going to get into intimate situations because you're already physically attracted to this person. All right. Now, I know that a lot of you would like to be able to get into physical situations like sex or just kissing and things like that without your heart being into it. I know that for a lot of y'all, you know, especially a lot of y'all women, y'all twat is directly linked to your heart. So as soon as niggas stick it in, it's like it jump starts your heart and everything gets messed up. So here's how you prevent that. All right. For women, the likelihood that the nigga is going to be good in bed initially is probably low anyway, especially when you're young. Niggas just be sticking, what I mean, I don't mean they sticking and going all fast, they trying to show you they got a big dick, whether they do or not, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you know how a lot of y'all have excused men, y'all have excused y'all men for poor sexual performance. Okay, this time, don't excuse them. This time, don't excuse them. Look, I said that some of these techniques are going to be totally ridiculous. They're going to seem totally unnatural. Maybe I should have mentioned that some of these techniques are going to be unkind. All right. So when a nigga come fast, you going to have to let him have it. You ain't got to totally demean him, demoralize him, or emasculate him, but you're going to have to let him know, like, oh hell no. And that's because you're going to have to concentrate more on your personal physical pleasure. Um, shit. All right, we have a call on the line. We're gonna do something. I'm going to take the caller. But hold on, caller, because I gotta do some. I gotta do some fly shit. So this is what I'm gonna do. Um, 319-527-6199. I'm going to call into the show, and then all right, press number one. All right. So this is what I gotta do. Wait. Oh shit. See, that's what's gonna make it hard, because but I'm gonna try my best. Hold on. Let me open up both lines. Caller with the last number is 2968. All right. Can you hear me? Okay, the only thing is, like, because I had to call him my cell phone because there's no other way for us to do it now. There's going to be a slight echo. Do you hear echo? All right. Well, this is the best we can do. So let's do it. What's on your mind tonight? Thanks for calling in. Oh, this is bad. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. I got an idea. This is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna mute my phone while you talk, and that should help. Let me see if that helps. Hold on. All right, go ahead. Fuck. Go ahead. You know what? Your sound is very low. Are you using a speakerphone, or like, are you using an earpiece? Yeah. Oh wait. Are you still there? Caller, are you there? All right. Your phone is very low. Are you on speaker or are you using a earpiece? No, 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 no. Your voice is low, so maybe if you take it off speaker, you'll be louder. Yeah, it'll be louder to us. No, no, no. It's really. You gonna call back in? Okay, call back in. All right. So did when I turn the mic up, did it does it sound any louder when I turn it up like this, y'all? Does it sound any louder? Uh, no. All right. So that shouldn't surprise me, right? All right. All right. All right. All right. We trying, man. We trying. We trying. All right. He's calling back in. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right. Nah, it's still really low. It is. It's really low, and it could be the device that I'm using also. But yeah. You wait. Wait. All right, listen, man. Look, my listeners can't hear you. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to. I don't mean to cut you off, but like it's just not loud enough. Next time you call in, I'm gonna try something different. But they it's like they can't hear me, so it's like we're only talking to each other. So I'm gonna have to go. But thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. All right. Yeah. So all right, so let me get back to I appreciate the caller calling in. We've heard from him before and it's been a while, but I know that y'all couldn't hear him talking and that's very unfortunate. We're gonna get it together though. We're gonna get it together. We gonna figure out this thing one step at a time, one step at a time. We gonna make it all right. But all right, where was I? Okay, as far as the physical part of the relationship, yeah, you're gonna have to concentrate on strictly your personal pleasure. So, like, yeah, when the dude, when you have sex with the dude and he busts off, and before you're able to get yours. Now, some women are quick tender, and y'all can get y'all shit off, within I don't know 2 minutes for some, 5 minutes for others, and whatever, whatever. All right, cool. But if you find yourself falling in love with a person who is not able or not willing to satisfy you sexually, and you know that the sexual part of the relationship is one of the things that makes you start falling for a person, then you're going to have to start letting him have it. You're going to have to be a little bit stern, a little bit rude, you know what I mean, to him, like, no, you can't be doing it like that. Like, nah, because many of y'all were in relationships with dudes for years, and he was busting off in 30 seconds and all that kind of stuff. He wasn't satisfying you. And this goes for men too. You know what I mean? Many men have fallen in love with a pretty face, that, for the pretty face, scratchy twat, that sort of thing. Pretty face, scratchy twat, pretty face. Remember a couple of weeks ago we was talking about the turkey day. the turkey. Many men have fallen in love with the turkey day twat. You know what I mean? Remember, y'all? Turkey day. TUR. Are we going to do it? KEY. Why? Because we want to. PUS. Okay. TWAT. Nah, brothers. Stop falling in love with these turkey day twat chicks. Stop giving them a pass. Stop concentrating on whether because they good people, because they cook, because they clean, because they wash your clothes, because they iron your clothes, and you ain't ironed a shirt in 17 years. No. So what? So she got a bottle of. So you fell in love because somebody still buys cans of Niagara starch? No, it's not going to do it. See, you're gonna find yourself falling in love again, and you're gonna start spending all your money and feeling like a dummy and all that kind of stuff. We don't fall in love first. TUR. Are we gonna do it? KEY. Why? Because I want to. TWAT. Turkey twat, turkey twat. Stop excuses, yo. Turkey twat, stop excuses. Turkey twat, stop making excuses for that. TUR. Are we gonna do it? I said KEY, cause we want to. We want to try to try again. Try again. Baby, we can try it. Try again. Try again. Try again. Baby, we can try again. Try. No. Stop excusing poor physical or sexual performance. Stop excusing it. No. Yeah, she a good woman and all of that, but she don't give head. No excuse for that. Nope. She don't want to give no head. Get her out of your bed. She don't want to give no head. Get her out of your bed. No head. Get out of your bed. Y'all heard what I said. Out of your bed. If they don't want to give no goddamn head. I don't care if the twat and the shot makes you feel like the best thing that you ever got. If she ain't giving no head, out of your bed. You heard what I said. Out of your bed. And if she try to give the head like she don't really want to do it, but she doing it just for you, fuck that too. No. No. If you gotta teach that nigga to get out of the bush, and get on the clit, nope. Don't excuse it. Because we only make excuses for when we fall in love. We only make excuses for people we fall in love with. I mean, think about it. You don't be accepting no excuses for somebody that you only lightly like, that you only cool with, that you ain't feeling like. You don't be accepting no excuses for them. For what? For what? Nope. So when you start making exceptions and making excuses for people that you messing with, that means that you starting to fall in love first. And that means that you're about to be taken advantage of. And that means that you're going to be having your heart broken again. And that means that people going to be having to baby you, and you're going to be all depressed. And you are taking what's that shit? Not Haldol. Not Prozac. but maybe Prozac, that other shit, Zoloft. Here you are in the doldrums, taking that Zoloft. No, ain't nothing wrong. Nothing. Everything all right. Everything cool. Yeah, and all of that. Well, we can work it out. Let me call her. Let me call him. Let me make the first move. Let me be an adult. Let me be the bigger person. That's all falling in love first shit. Mm-mm. Nope. So stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. You know. Um. So yeah, poor sexual performance. No more excuses. Nope. They gotta get their weight up because you're going to have to learn how to concentrate on your physical pleasure and not let it seep over into your emotional framework. You need to concentrate. You know how women think that dudes can just bust nuts and not have their feelings associated with it. Well, you're going to have to learn to do what you think that men do, because men don't be doing it, but it seemed like it. Just because you can bust a nut in 30 seconds doesn't mean that your heart was in it. But see, your girl kept giving you concessions for busting off. So you be busting off like 45 seconds on the first nut and maybe like a minute and a half the second nut. Well, you know, I ain't even say hi to y'all tonight, man. What's going on, y'all? My people's in here. What's going on? Carol Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita, and Mia Cunningham, T. Carey Wright, Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? So I'm just talking to y'all tonight about how to keep from falling in love first. That's I warned y'all in the beginning of the show that some of these things are going to be immature, childish, ridiculous, obnoxious, unnatural. But so what? We talking about your heart and how ridiculous, childish, immature, unnatural, and obnoxious do it be feeling when you sitting there questioning your entire existence because your heart is broken and you ain't break your own heart. You got your heart broken and you still considering trying to get back because you fucked around and fell in love first. So we're going to do the immature thing and ensure that we don't fall in love first. Shirley Show says, if I'm not satisfied, then there is nothing else to do but get dressed and go. There you go. That is Cheryl, never fall in love first, Hudson. That is Cheryl, never fall in love first, Hudson. Mia says, you know that sounds crazy, right? Yep. How crazy? How crazy does it sound when you don't want to tell nobody? You don't want to tell nobody. Your heart broke. Your heart is broken because you willingly and freely gave yourself to somebody and really tried and you know threw all caution to the wind. How crazy is it when you don't want to tell nobody how you was a good person and got shitted on? It's like being cheated out of your money by a con man. You know, they buttered you up and made you feel good about this business deal that they were about to do, or like you were really helping them out, and all they were trying to do is steal your money. and you be feeling like wah wah wah. Well, that's what a broken heart feels like. So, we just trying to avoid having a broken heart and avoid falling in love first. So, you gotta start treating physical activity like what it is. Like it's gonna have to be no different to you than like playing basketball or tennis or a handheld a video game or whatever. Because once you well, if you keep the same mentality that sex is better when your feelings are into it, it's already too late for you. Bon voyage, bon voyage. You're out of here. You're out of here. So instead of feeling like sex is always better, when you have feelings for somebody, you're gonna have to start saying no. Sex is better when somebody fucking does it right. I mean, how is this? How is sex always better when your feelings are into it and nothing else is? Like, does your car run better when your feelings are into it? Does your ice cream taste better when your feelings are into it? Does your ladder reach taller when your feelings are into it? Nothing else in the whole damn world feels better when your feelings are into it except for sex. Well, how about this? Maybe sex ain't really better when your feelings are into it, but it allows you to excuse the fact that somebody don't even know how to handle you right. They keep fumbling you. Shit. Fudge. You got to get out of that mentality. You got to, like I said earlier in the show, you got to stop trusting yourself. You running around here with your pride and your ego. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know how I feel. I know me better than anybody else knows me. You got to stop thinking like that. You got to start thinking to yourself like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't be knowing what I'm saying half the time. I can't trust my own judgment. Because you keep making yourself believe that certain people are good people when they ain't been that good to you. They ain't been that good to you. How's it working out for you? Broken hearted. How's it working out for you, broken hearted? Last night, I couldn't even get an answer. I tried to call, but my phone wouldn't let me down. And I'm sitting here with this blank expression. And where I feel, I want to curl up like a child. Bling, 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 bling. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Carol said, tell the caller to talk loud like he from down north. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, well, all right. Cheryl says they're turkey dongs too. Well, the thing is, I say turkey twat because it's dry. You know how turkey, when you don't cook a turkey right, it's dry. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people don't like turkey at Thanksgiving because they've been dealing with somebody that don't know how to make the turkey. This shit ain't juicy. You know what I'm saying? It's Turkey Day, baby. Ooh, it's so dry. You need water to get it down. This is supposed to be a good meal. You know what I mean? The cranberry sauce ain't supposed to be better than the turkey. The cranberry sauce ain't supposed to be better than the turkey. But you're not gonna fall in love with the cranberry sauce All right. Cheryl says, yes, sometimes when your feelings are into it, they care how you feel and like it. That's what makes it satisfying. Yeah, well, a lot of times they care about your feelings, but they just don't have no skills. And you can't teach them. They ain't getting it. And it's been years. You got one kid, two kids together, and all that kind of shit. And they still, how you been with somebody for two kids and they still ain't made you nut yet? You know, that happens too, Cheryl. How is it you 45 years old and still don't know what it's like to have an orgasm? Yeah, that happens too, Cheryl. It happens. You have no trust in the bus, but you've been making excuse for all of us. Have no trust in the bus, but you're still making all those excuses for us. Okay. Mia says, when I was younger, I felt like that, but now that I'm grown, I want to be pleased. And if I'm not and I'm not ashamed to ask for what I need. Bad sex, I'm out. Well, there you have it. So you suffered in all of your younger years. Here you were, young, virile, just developing, trying to figure out the world, and being cursed by all this horrible sex. And you making why? Because your feelings were into it. And then your feelings got into them, and you may have gotten your heart broken. So no nuts and a broken heart. It sounds sad. It sounds bad. That's the type of shit that really makes you mad, mad at your life, mad at God, mad at everybody, mad and hard. And some people transfer that energy to the next people that they meet. But I ain't mad at them this time because you gotta do what you gotta do to compete. And that's my word, y'all. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We're getting close to the end here, man. You know, I listen. I just wanted to give y'all a few techniques on how to keep from falling in love first. So you're gonna have to kill that communication, all of that answering the phone when they call, all that texting and all that. No, dead it. All of that, all of that. Opening up your heart, telling them where you come from, all your experiences. You know how you grew up, the first time that somebody touched you inappropriately. You know what I mean? All the struggles you had. Don't share none of that shit. Don't share none of that shit. You share that shit with your therapist. You share that shit with your lawyers. Don't share that shit with your regular man. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing to you, but use that shit against you later on when you are open and in love and feeling all dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's all they gonna do. That's ain't that what they did last time? Ain't it? Now they might even blast your shit on social media. You don't act the way they want you to act because you've been acting the way they wanted you to act. Now you ain't acting the way that they want you to act. And now they putting posts up like, yeah, well, some people out here snore all night in the bed. Speaking of snoring all night in the bed. Yeah, stop excusing that shit too. Somebody you in love with keeping you up all night, making you sleep in the kids' room because they in there sounding like a damn chainsaw. They in there sound like a goddamn jackhammer. Sound like a fucking creature from the Black Lagoon. You know what I'm saying? Sleep apnea. Them damn. What's the machines that they got that people with severe breathing problems have to use at night? You know what I mean? So they can only sleep on one side of the bed, because like, come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the regular snoring, with somebody who might be a little congested and all of that kind of shit. It can get a little loud. I'm talking about that unbearable, that snoring that when people who never heard it before hear, and they be like, yo, what the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, such and such is sleep in the other room. Like, yo, that's how he snore? Yeah, the CPAP machine. Yeah. They sleep with a CPAP machine? No, no, no. Make them get that. Tell them to come back when they get that surgery on their sinuses. Nah, you ain't got to put up with that shit. Nah. And I'll tell you something. It be them people with them CPAP machines that be talking the most shit. Like they the shit. You know what I'm talking about. Man, hold on. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this shit. It be them. It be them that want to talk about what people ain't got, what kind of jobs they ain't got, what kind of money they ain't got, you know, or that they don't make. You know, they want to talk about, you know, other people looks and all of this shit. You talking all this shit about what somebody ain't got and what they own, and you sound like a goddamn. You sound like you need your catalytic converter replaced when you scaring the kids. Even the mice won't go in the room when you go to sleep. They don't know what the fuck that shit is like. Fuck out of here. And that's the nigga or that's the chick you've been excusing. No. It's time for you to turn your mean on. It's time for you to turn your mean up. Tell them to come back to you when they get that shit fixed. Let they doctor, let they surgeons fix that shit. Instead, no, you've been letting them hook that CPAP machine up. You know what I mean? Looking like they on a ventilator and shit. They can only sleep on one side of the bed because that's where the plug is. And you've been excusing that. How you feel about that when y'all break up and your heart all broken and you got to take care of their kids? How you feeling about that, huh? You should have unplugged that goddamn CPAP machine. That's what you should have did. Take them out of here. Be like, yo, man, somebody, I don't know, I don't know what happened. He died in his sleep. She went peacefully. That's how you gonna be feeling, like that's what you should have done. You brokenhearted and pissed. Fuck out of here. I'm just saying. Nebulizer. Was it nebulizer? It is the nebulizer. Well, the nebulizer is for asthma. So no, not that one. I'm talking the CPAP machine. I think that's for the sleep apnea people. The nebulizer, that's the, that don't, like, asthma don't necessarily mean you look, man. I mean, we all might snore. I know I snore sometimes. I snore a little loud sometimes, but not no. Oh, yeah, you need a cat. Somebody change the catalytic converter, son. Somebody, yo, you need your catalytic converters. You know what I mean? You need your catalytic converter change, son. This shit sound crazy. Yeah, bitch pretty and all that shit. You know what I mean? That's why you gotta watch out for some of these thick joints, man. You know what I mean? Niggas be, yo, man, niggas gotta stop excusing this BBW out of control shit. Everybody want to talk about, yeah, man, and BBWs. You know what I mean? You know, these big girls, they got the best pussy. You know, I'm trying to tell you, get yourself a big girl. Y'all empowering these girls like Monique did, right? Yeah, y'all doing that. But nobody want to tell the truth. Nobody want to tell the truth about what it's like to try to move these 400-pound monsters. Okay, these 400 pounds pretty monsters. I don't know, whatever, man. That shit ain't sweet. You ain't gonna tell me that you 400 pounds, but you ain't keeping everybody up in the house when you go to bed. You're not gonna tell me that shit. But you keep excusing it. We gotta do these birthday shout outs, son. You know what I mean? Y'all starting to make me get emotional. Plus, I started the show on time today. I ain't had no reason to go overtime. We're gonna do these birthday shout outs and you know what I mean? I'm gonna get back. Because I'm feeling some kind of way now. All right, here we go. First day of Taurus, baby. First day of Taurus. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. April 20th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Kenya Singleton. Happy birthday to you, Kenya. And also Pamela Crawford, turning 44 years old today, and Wilhelmina Hicks, turning 55 years old today, and Elaine Smith, also turning 55 years old today, and Penny A. Vina, turning 30 years old today, and my girl Gleator Gatling, turning 62 years old today, and also Donnie McLaurin, turning 57 years old today, and last but not least, Anthony Pearson. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious April 20th. I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. I rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, you got to stop yourself from falling in love first. And as a full-grown adult, maybe even middle age, I know it sounds ridiculous, but nothing. I'd rather sound ridiculous than feel ridiculous. And I felt ridiculous before. You may have felt ridiculous before too. And maybe the techniques that I've talked about employing are ridiculous and totally obnoxious. But it's probably worth a shot. Sometimes it's the things that we haven't tried. And look, the things that I was talking about, you thought about anyway. Yeah, I should have never gave myself to them. Yeah, I should have never opened up to them. Yeah, I should have never released myself. Yes, I should have never. I've been there and I've done that, and I promise never to be hurt again. Be hurt again. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another daily Go Get a Business show. So y'all have a wonderful night tonight. And make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. All right. So Blog Talk, we go get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobas. Yeah, on the other side, my boobas. Yeah, brokenhearted, my